Hi guys, welcome to the last Corvette. I actually got some pretty good news, and not so good news, but whatever. We'll get to that. So, number one, the C6 is not going to the dealership this week. The plan was to load it up today, get it over to the dealer tomorrow, which is Saturday, and so my buddy can start working on it, come Monday. Issue is I had to work late, and then the weather, basically we had like a mix. We had rain, snow come through, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So, but by Sunday, obviously, it's going to be in the 50s, and into next week, it looks like the weather is going to stabilize. So I'm going to try to get it over to him next week on a late night. I got to figure out if it's a Monday or a Wednesday at his dealer. But if I can't do it next week, then I'm off the following week. We're actually going to Jamaica, and then it will be in basically 3 weeks, and then for sure I'll take it over. And the weather should be to the point where if I couldn't even drive it there. But all right, moving on. So instead of wasting time, I was able to, through a couple of friends of mine, I was able to find a guy that specializes in high-end custom cars. Obviously, the C6 that I got is nowhere near that, but this guy is very good, and I've been meaning to find somebody that can do a paint correction on his black vehicle. And he's coming over tomorrow, which is pretty cool. He's going to come over tomorrow, look at it. I explained to him that this was an everyday driver previously in Oklahoma. Also, I had 2 panels painted, and the thing is like dirty and dusty beyond belief because, well, I bought a cover for it, but with all the work that I did and taking quarter panels off and bumpers off, I was never able to put a cover on. And now I get to the point where there's no sense of putting a brand new cover on a dirty car. So he's going to come out tomorrow. He's going to quote me obviously like a 3-step process. So he's going to, just do a buff. Then he's going to do, I guess it would be like a seal, and then he's going to do a paint correction. So it's a 3-step with the paint correction. And then he's also going to quote me a ceramic coat, which I don't know if I'm going to go with that. The paint job is not, I have rock chips and stuff like that. I mean, if this thing was repainted, I would definitely do a ceramic coat, but we'll see. We'll see how everything plays out as far as the labor and the total amount for when you combine the both. So paint correction and ceramic coat. But the cool thing about it, I had no idea. He did say that you can actually ceramic coat your wheels now, and he does it all the time for a couple of customers. They have Lamborghinis, and a couple other guys have ZR1s and Z06s, and they actually ceramic coat their wheels. And like I said, this guy does it all. He also does regular cars like mine. And he has a shop which is a few miles away from my house, but he also, if you have the room, I have a 3-car garage with water and heat. He can come to you for a little bit less, believe it or not, set up his lighting so he can see the right angles and do it right, and do it at your house. And I said, hey, I got a 3-car garage, I got plenty of room. If you're willing, so I don't have to move this car if the weather gets bad, and especially if you just detail or wax the car, you don't want to be caught in the bad weather. It just kind of defeats the whole purpose. So I said, come out and do it at my house. I have a luxury where I can have the house on lockdown, but I can remotely open my garage doors and they can come in and do whatever. At the same time, he's also going to refer me to a mobile tint guy. I have a personal window tint guy, but he's on the other side of basically town where I work, and I'm just anxious. I don't want to wait. The tint, whoever did the tint, it got bubbles and stuff. So I want to redo the driver's side, passenger side, and the trunk. Go limo all the way around. Now, right now, it's probably like being that it's a small car, probably like a 30%, maybe I think, depending on the shop, like mid-20s or low 30s. That's what's on it. So that's that. So we're not taking the vet over to the GM dealership. We are getting the guy over tomorrow in the morning to give me a quote and look at the vehicle. And what I'm going to do is I have a bunch of videos, obviously, of the Corvette, but when he does the work, I'm finally getting a tripod, so we'll see before and after. And trust me, my C6, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. My C6 is pretty rough. So we'll see, especially being black. You see all the swirls, all the marks. Now that I installed LED lights in my garage, it's like you can really see all the swirls. Even on the new panels that I got painted, they obviously had to buff them out. I don't know if they had peel or whatever, but you can see it. So interesting to see. I definitely want him to do his ultimate paint correction on it, and we'll talk about the Ceremco. Now, I posted on the Corvette forum about the first M1 Concourse Coffee and Cars meet, which is May 9th. It's a Saturday. It runs from 8:30 a.m. To 11:30 a.m. But knowing, obviously noonish, 1 o'clock, whatever, by the time everybody gets out of there. It's a pretty cool event. If you guys don't know what M1 is, M1 is a M1 Concourse. It is in Pontiac, Michigan, right off Woodward. It's something that everybody thought was just the most craziest idea when this guy bought this property and said, "Hey, I'm going to build a course, a racetrack, and build custom car condos." Where you can basically a man cave away from home, right? A car cave. And even myself, I thought to myself, man, I'm like, the economy, what helped is the economy was doing well. And we do have, like any other state, we do have a lot of rich people with a lot of spare money. So, but it was still, I didn't know. So anyway, so he builds this track. He starts building these condos. And basically what it is it's like, it's customized. There's different levels. And I'm going to try to reach out to their management. And when we go there, either the first Cars and Coffee or the second one, I'm going to give you guys a tour of the facility and the facilities. And they're actually, right now, they're on their next phase. They're building more. And some of them are custom. Oh, there's my little helper here. And some of them are, I guess, like generic. But basically, it's you have a car garage, epoxy floor, sitting area, bar, arcade, whatever. You got a lift. You can put 3 or 4 of your cars. But the main key there is, let's say you own ZR1. Let's say you own a Porsche. Let's say you own a Ferrari, a Lamborghini. The reality is that you're not going to be able to take that car to even a quarter of its potential even on a good street or on a good road here in Michigan. Our roads are horrible. The whole concept is if you have a supercar, exotic car, or any car, muscle car, you can take it out and take it on his course, and you can run as fast as your skill set and as fast as your car allows you to on his course, on his oval, and it's pretty cool. The whole concept came to life, and everybody had doubts. But now that he's to capacity and he's actually expanding and building more, you can see that there's a lot of car guys out there with exotics, with supercars, special cars that want to have that ability to kind of get away, spend the day racing, spend the day working on their cars, and then have their buddies over or just sit there and enjoy themselves in their M1 Concourse. So with that said, if you are in Metro Detroit area, obviously I'm not going to say if you're out of state unless you want to, or northern Michigan, or east side or west side of Michigan. Remember this: it doesn't matter what car you have, what brand, fast, slow, somewhere in between. May 9th, 8:30 a.m. it starts. Woodward M1 Concourse. Google it. You can see their website. Become friends with them on Instagram. They have all kinds of shows, events, especially for the Woodward Cruise, which is going to be awesome. Get out there. Enjoy, because you're going to see everybody's pride and joy. You're going to see something from, you know, $1 million car all the way down to a $1,000 car. But it doesn't matter, because the whole point is getting out there, getting in touch with the car community, and just being a part of it. That's what Motor City is about, and that's what other cities should be about. All right. That's it for today. I'll catch you guys later. Like I said, M1 Concourse, May 9th. See you there.